thanks everyone for joining us. I appreciate both members of the House and Senate being here today. Obviously, the Pro Tem and the Speaker, Chairman Rice, and we're in Janie's home district here. So we're very fortunate in Idaho that the executive and the legislative branches work well together to champion good things for the people of Idaho. Thank you to everyone that's here. Folks, we really are living in historic times. Inflation just peaked at 9.1%, a 40-year high. And Idahoans are paying more for everything. Fuel, food, clothing, vehicles, energy to heat your home, energy to cool your homes, you name it, costs are substantially more. The costs of the basic fundamentals to live every day have skyrocketed in just a matter of months. Right now, parents are sitting down at the kitchen table to go over what these unpredictable cost surges mean for their household budgets. The cost surges mean less money for the essentials of life, less money to save, less money to make needed improvements in homes and cars, and less money for their kids' activities. Right now, some Idahoans are approaching retirement and have to reconsider their life plans because more and more Americans are concerned the money they have and save won't last. I heard from a mom in Nampa who said she had to pull out a small loan just to buy $200 worth of school supplies for her daughter. We heard from a retired person in Post Falls who said he had to go back to work driving truck to preserve his retirement and pay for basic everyday goods. I could stand up here today and opine on who's to blame for inflation and the national economy. But I don't think the people of Idaho want finger pointing. The people of Idaho just want solutions and relief. And they need relief, and they need it now. Here in Idaho, we have a very different story to tell compared to other states across the country. Idaho's economy is red hot. Our people are working. Idaho's powerful economic engine, combined with years of fiscal conservatism in state government, means tax revenues are outpacing government spending month after month and year after year. As a result, we're now approaching a new record budget surplus of $2 billion, which is hundreds of millions more than we expected. And with the emergency before us, with historic inflation, we're going to give it back again. We've turned money back to the people through historic tax relief in the past few years, and we will keep going. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. Why not? And why now? Because hardworking Idaho families are hurting now. And as elected leaders, we have a duty and an obligation to use our record budget surplus to put more of Idahoans' hard-earned cash back in their bank accounts as soon as possible. I'm pleased to announce today that I'm calling a special legislative session, an extraordinary session, to respond to the financial emergency facing Idaho's families and schools. The extraordinary session will start at 8 a.m. on Thursday, September 1st, and we have broad bipartisan support. We will give back $500 million in one-time income tax rebates, or 10% of your 2020 state income taxes, with a minimum of $300 for individuals or $600 for households. We know we can deploy tax relief quickly through income tax rebates, and we won't get bogged down by complex policy issues. The legislature and I agree. Idaho's record surplus, the people's money, must be returned back to the people as quickly as possible to counteract historic inflation. And we're not stopping there. With the national recession expected to persist, our proposal will slash ongoing income taxes by more than $150 million. By embracing a tried and true conservative approach to tax policy, establishing a new flat tax for all earners. The new flat tax of 5.8% will lower all Idahoans' taxes. My fellow Idahoans, we are using the state's record budget surplus to deliver even more tax relief in the form of immediate income tax rebates and ongoing tax cuts for all through our new flat income tax. We are also using this opportunity, the extraordinary session, to address another one of the major impacts of historic inflation, the burden of rising operating costs on our schools. Our state's founders wrote public education into our state constitution, and for good reason. They recognize the stability of our republic depends mainly upon the intelligence of the people, requiring elected leaders to establish and maintain a general, uniform, and thorough system of public, free, common schools in Idaho. Strong schools are partners with parents in the education of our children. Strong schools are the backbone of our communities, especially in rural Idaho. Strong schools are central to the continued strength of our economy because they prepare a workforce ready to meet the needs of businesses, employers today and tomorrow. We need to act now to counter the rising costs of running our schools due to the inflation. Our proposal puts a new record amount into Idaho education, $410 million, the single largest investment in Idaho education in state history. $330 million will go towards K-12 public schools so districts can dedicate more of their funding to immediate needs. We're also putting $80 million to fund training for in-demand careers to prepare our institutions for the likely increase in workforce development training that occurs during times like these, times of economic uncertainty. The best part is we're making this historic investment in education while cutting taxes. Idaho is well prepared to handle any slowdown in our economy, and the opportunity exists before us to make immediate and lasting changes to the people we serve. The impacts of historic inflation are transpiring now, and as leaders, we're called to act immediately. This is what Idaho's all about. Folks, this is conservative governing in action. Use the record surplus brought on by prudent budget management to provide immediate and ongoing record tax relief and make historic investments in education while cutting taxes.